Hi everybody, Lance here with Pellin Enterprises. I picked a blustery, very hot day today to do this project, but what we have here is a door that somehow water's gotten inside and it's starting to swell. And you can kind of tell, maybe not on camera, but you can feel that it's puckered and swollen throughout. So we need to replace this door. In order to do that, we have to have a rough opening measurement. And if you're going to call and order a door, what you're going to get is the whole frame and door complete, but they're going to do it based off of your rough opening measurement. What that means is we have to remove this whole frame with the door in it and then measure that opening. Of course, then we have to put it back and wait until we receive our part. It takes a little time to get it made, but in the meantime, we'll just rehang it and kind of go with it until it shows up. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take out all these screws, and then I'm going to have to cut all this caulk away, all the way around, and then it should pull out for it. I've removed all the screws. I'm using my body panel tool, available at any local hardware store or Harbor Freight, to scrape away all the excess caulking that's around the edge of this frame. Behind it is usually butyl tape or some other type of adhesive that will hold this frame in there, and I've already kind of worked it so that it's somewhat loose, and we should at this point be able to kind of just work it out here, and that's that. And you can see all of this is gonna hold it pretty tight in the place, but it literally just kind of pries gently right out of the hole. We've gotten it out. This is our rough opening, and when you go to the website and you go to order your door, they're going to ask you a lot of questions. They're going to ask you about latches, whether you want one in the center, you want two latches, you want two locks, two thumb screws, whatever it is that yours is, what it is or what it's going to be on your depending on your preference. They're going to ask you all those questions, but the important thing to know is your rough opening. The rough opening is this. So what we're going to do is we want to measure the height and we want to measure the width of this opening, and we want to do it in more than one place. And the reason for that is this opening may not be completely square. It's just cut out at the factory. You know, generally it's pretty close, but we want to make sure that we don't have a different width here than we do down here, or a different height here than we do over here. So we're going to measure the two, and kind of if there's a difference, we're going to use the smaller of the dimensions so that we don't get a problem with it not fitting when we get the new door. So here's what we do. I'm going to just kind of go right past the radius of this corner by an inch or two, just to make sure that I'm on flat surfaces. And right there I have 10 5/8. And I want to make sure that my measurement is not just this outside fiberglass. It has to be the full width of this frame, because if it goes in or it goes out, it's going to affect the way that your door fits. So again, I got 10 5/8, and that's because I have a little bit of a slope on the inside here. On this side, I'm going to do the same thing, about that distance. Okay, and actually we got lucky. We have 10 5/8 at both ends. So that's the height of our door, 10 5/8. Same thing here. I'm going to go past the radius to a flat spot, and I'm going to measure straight across, trying to keep this as level as possible, and I have 36 1/8. Same thing up here. So here I have, well, actually, you know, it ends up that we are pretty square. So I have 36 1/8 at the top, 36 1/8 at the bottom. Same measurement here, 10 5/8 at both points. If you want, you can always give it another measurement here and make sure that it's going to fit, and it will. So now I know my rough opening measurement. I can stick all this back in, caulk it up, order my window, or my baggage door, And when it comes in, it should be a really simple process to put it in. If you're going to go camping, if you're going to maybe be in inclement weather, I would recommend putting a bead of caulk around it. You're going to have to take it off when you get your new baggage door, but it's just a little piece of insurance to make sure that in the meantime you don't get any weather inside the baggage door and damage the wood or anything like that. I'm going to clean all this up. I'm going to get it all nice and ready to go and get all the old butyl tape off here. I don't have to worry about the door, but I do have to make sure that that's clean and that's ready to accept the new door. Once I have these measurements, I go online, PellinEnterprises.com, and place my order.